So the Colts wrapped up minicamp, and they wrapped it up in an interesting way. They had a punt return off, kind of, a punt reception off between the coach of the offensive line, the coach of the D-line. Coach Partridge of the D-line did not field a punt correctly. The ball would come out of the gun, and he'd run to where he thought it was going, and it would land right where he came from. Tony Sperano Jr., a little bit smarter, a little bit better prepared for this, because I think Partridge went first. So Sperano, he would just stand where Partridge had been and where the ball had landed before, and just stood there no matter where the ball went, and he caught both. So the offense won, and minicamp's over, and everybody had a big laugh. Shane Steichen, laughing now, having fun, enjoying himself, getting ready for training camp. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how the quarterback play is. We'll hear from Daniel Jones in just a couple of minutes. I'll post that right after I post this. You know what? Nothing looks wrong. Nothing looks great. They got out of minicamp without any real injuries. They had a couple of guys who are down today, but it's not a long-term deal. No big deal. A.D. Mitchell, just like last year, looks awesome in practice. Where you aren't getting hit, he looks tremendous. He is maybe the best athlete on the field. And then you got Tyler Warren, who, man, your eyes just go straight to him. I got a bet with, not for cash, but for a meal or something, a sandwich, with the great Matt Taylor, the play-by-play voice of the Indianapolis Colts. I got him at 76 catches, 900 yards. He eclipses both of those. Matt owes me a nice meal. He falls below those, and I owe Matt a nice meal. I got a really good feeling that I'm going to wind up eating a meal for free. Here's Shane Steichen talking about his team.
Just take care of your bodies, right? I mean, you get this break right now, about 5 weeks for these guys, just to maintain the focus. Obviously, they'll probably spend some time with their families, but really, we got to come back ready when we hit July 22nd. So make sure they're handling their business every single day this offseason to make sure we're ready to roll.
Sure, you guys did your work before you signed Jones.
Yeah.
You knew what you were getting.
Yeah.
Are you surprised at all? Have you got more than maybe you anticipated? I don't know.
Very pleased with what we got right now. He's been doing a hell of a job. Really smart football player. Learned the offense very quickly, making really good decisions out there through OTAs. Obviously, we want to carry that over to training camp. But he's done a really good job. Great command in the huddle. Ultimate pro.
It feels like, normally when a new quarterback comes in and talk about learning the offense, but it feels like the ball's coming out quick and on time and not learning the offense. Like our guys kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran player, obviously. Like I said, very intelligent. He works at it, grinds at it. So not surprised on how he's picked up the offense. Obviously, those meetings we have in the quarterback room with those guys, the conversations that we have, they've been really good. So been very pleased with him.
We've talked a lot about AD, but I mean, a recurring theme with him is he shows up in practice. What's the next step in taking it to the game and continuing it there?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, last offseason, same thing, did some really good things. He's had a hell of an offseason so far through OTAs. Expect that to continue through training camp. But getting into those game situations, just continuing to get those game reps and really taking that next step. And as us as coaches, putting him in a really good position to succeed on the field. So obviously looking at some different things to use him this year in certain situations. So I'm looking forward to it.
With players that have that sort of tendency, and if you've encountered this before, where maybe they show up in practice and maybe they aren't always consistent in the game, does it tend to usually come eventually?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you see some of these guys around the league. I mean, obviously there's a ton of stories. Obviously, he had his rookie year, and the rookie year went the way it went, but got a ton of faith and belief in his abilities to take that jump this year.
How much contact are you all allowed to have with Anthony throughout this period? And I guess how do you monitor just the progress of the shoulder?
Yeah, we'll have a plan. Obviously, he's got his trainers in Florida. We got our trainers here. We'll have a detailed plan going into this offseason, but we'll be in contact via phone, make sure we're constantly communicating.
Shane, you remember your first thought when you realized that Carly was on the sideline with a headset on?
My first thought?
Yeah,
you know what? I thought it was great. I'm not going to lie. I mean, she said it. It's real. Like, you got to know what's going on as an owner. For her to be on the sidelines, I think it's a great deal. So she knows exactly what's going on game day for sure.
There's not a two-way. I mean, she doesn't chime in.
No, she doesn't talk. She just listens. No, she listens. She just listens, and that's what it is. Yeah.
Carly said that you and Chris know you have things to fix and they have faith in y'all to do it. So I guess, do you feel like just that urgency to win, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think there's urgency every year, every week, every day in this profession. And we got to be the best versions of ourselves and continue the process of self-improvement, right? That's what it is. You got to improve on yourself. You got to improve as a team every single day to get to where you want to be.
Shane didn't see Braden Smith today.
Yeah, he got dinged in an individual period. So.
Sorry, who's this?
Braden
Jones.
Jalen Jones.
Jalen Jones, he's soft tissue.
You had Lou Anarumo in here going against him several weeks now. What did anything change? Like, did it become even more real? Because obviously you've had your eyes on him as a good competitor for a while.
Yeah, I think, we've talked about it when I hired him, just the multiplicity that he can bring defensively to the scheme, the different looks, he disguises. I think it's going to be really beneficial for our defense, but also for our offense going into training camp, seeing different looks. But it's been a pleasure to have him so far.
Shane, what was the thought with Desmond Ridder bringing him in?
Just have an extra arm during minicamp with Anthony.
Expect him to stay.
There's Shane Steichen, always energetic, understands what the challenge is. This is year 3. It's not cutting time. You got to get better, and you got to get better right now. And there are no excuses anymore. Quarterback, schmorterback. You've got to win with whatever you've got. And whatever you've got has got to be coached up, has got to be protected, and he has got to be in a position to deliver the ball on time and on target, or this team's going to have a tough time winning games. That's the National Football League. That's the way it goes. This year, what are we going to have? My expectations are 8-9, as always. We still got training camp to go. We got the preseason to go. We'll see. But I like the attitude of the guys, and that starts with Steichen. And so just as an added bonus, I took about a half-minute video of Anthony Richardson doing what he is able to do during this period, this minicamp period. Hopefully he's able to do more in training camp. There's Anthony Richardson for what that's worth. I don't know. Did he enjoy it? Did you not? I guess it really doesn't matter. He's moving around. He's trying to make his arm go like this, spinning circles, doing that a lot. I hope he's ready to do more once training camp begins in about 6 weeks.